How's it going, everyone? It's GadgetsBoy. Welcome to another video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the Huawei MateBook D16. And as the name suggests, it's a 16-inch laptop that's aimed at the workforce and maybe the students out there and people that just want to consume media on the go. But don't let that fool you though, because this is actually rocking some of the latest hardware that makes this capable of things like gaming and even editing using Adobe Premiere. Starting with the design, one thing that Huawei has nailed is the design of their laptops. They're minimalist, it has this nice metallic finishing, it's just got this premium feel to go with the laptop, which is really nice. And it's kind of minimalist. I like the logo on the back. I've gotten used to the actual full writing of Huawei on the back because I don't know if you guys remember, they used to have just a logo on the back, which is quite nice, so I thought. But anyway, I'm used to that now. In fact, the only plastic bit on this laptop itself is the plastic bezel around the display. So apart from that, I think everything is metallic, so it looks really nice. And inside the box, you get everything you need to get started as well, like your warranty booklet. You get 65 watts fast charge as well, nice and slim and portable, so you can carry that anywhere you want with you. And it's USB-C, so you can also use it to charge other devices. So if you want to charge your phone, for example, you can use that charger as well. When it comes to the ports, you got plenty of ports available on this. On the side, you got two USB-A ports. On the other side, you have a full HDMI port, two USB-C ports, and a microphone headphone combo jack. One of the USB-C ports allows for charging and data transfer, one's for everyday use. So do bear that in mind. But this charges very quickly. It's got a 60 watt hour battery in there. It's nicely ventilated on the bottom as well. You got the fan just at the bottom there, so it's nicely ventilated. It's not that thick as well, so you can see there it's nice and slim profile. We can't get any focus there, but yeah, it's nice slim profile, which is cool. One thing to do with the design though is you can't one finger lift the lid up, so it lifts the whole body up with it as well, so you do have to sort of rest it and do that. It's nice and portable in the sense of weight, even though it's a 16-inch laptop, which is a big laptop, big screen. It's lightweight and portable to pop in your bag and you're good to go. Elsewhere, we'll look at the keyboard, which is really nice as well, and the trackpad. The trackpad is big enough for doing daily things, like even use it for gaming if you really want to do that. On the keyboard, it has some buttons on there that's worth talking about. For example, we have the camera button, which allows you to go private. So if you don't want someone accidentally looking at your camera, maybe remotely, you can tap that. But there's no way to actually know when that's on or off. So you do have to go into your webcam app and then press it and see if it's on or off. That's what I've noticed, unless I'm doing something wrong there. But if you know, let me know in the comments below. The power button is a combo of fingerprint sensor, so you can use that to log in very quickly, and it supports the Windows LO. So you press it, log in, and you're good to go. And then you also have a search key as well on there, on top of the number keyboard. And that search key allows you to search a whole things. And it's got AI search, which is what Huawei says it is. I haven't really explored that much because I don't really use it. But you do get your Wi-Fi button on there as well, so to quickly log in and off. And this is part of the super ecosystem that Huawei is going for. So this is part of the ecosystem. So it works with your Huawei smartphone, the tablet device that they do, so you can connect them all together and they all talk to each other really nicely. One thing you notice on here is they don't have that recessed webcam on here, so it's now placed on top of the laptop lid, which is great. This is a 2.1 megapixel camera. It supports Full HD and 1080p Full HD at 30 frames per second. It's not the best, and you can see the example here. This is the Huawei MateBook D16 web camera in action and audio as well, so you guys can hear the microphone pick up my voice and you can decide for yourself if it's any good. I can't hear any feedback, so I'll hear it when I edit this video. But straight away looking at the video, it's not the best at all. You can see the logo behind me is just blown out proportion. The light over there's barely any highlights, and I look like a crayon painting. I can't even speak properly, but yeah, I look like a crayon painting, and it just looks really odd, and it's not, I don't think it's one that I would rely on. I'd probably get myself a webcam if I was going to use something like this for work purposes and so on. The color reproduction, just everything just looks off, so it's not the best. It's a 2.1 megapixel camera capable of doing 1080p videos at 30 frames per second, so it does have some numbers behind it, but the result, I can't say the same thing. Apart from that, back on the keyboard, we do get a 1.5 millimeters travel. It feels nice to type on, although the keys are quite small. So because they've squeezed in that number keypad on the right, which is probably great for people doing your spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff, they've compromised on the size of the key itself. So when you start typing really quickly, sometimes you do have a tendency of moving your finger too far away from where you actually want to place it. But in terms of the key travel, I think it feels really nice. Once you get used to it, it's not going to be a problem. This is a 16:10 aspect ratio, which I think is great. It fills the entire screen, so when you're watching movies and watching, playing games or whatever, browsing the web, it fills the screen and takes a full advantage of that screen real estate. I think overall in terms of design, it looks really good. It's got nice slim bezel, 90% screen to body ratio. It's got that metallic feel, so it feels nice and premium. Talking about the display, it's got this matte finish on it, which it's like some sort of anti-glare. So if you do get lots of like bright light against it, it might become, visibility might become an issue, but it also helps with glare, I guess, but I prefer it to be more subtle. This is a 1900 by 1200 LCD display as well, so it'd be nice to have OLED display on there, but for the price point of the Core i7 version that I've got here, which is just about £1,000, I think they've compromised on that. So the screen is still good though. You do get just under 100% sRGB wide gamut. You get just above 75% Adobe RGB and P3 coverage, which is not bad. So when you start editing stuff and watching videos and whatnot, the colors do look good. I think the reproduction is great. There's no problems there at all. In terms of performance, this is rocking Intel Core i7, so it's the H series, which is really good. There's also i5 version, and this has got the 512GB SSD. And running this, actually before that, you also have Intel Xe graphics, as you've badged it on here. And in terms of storage performance, you get good read and write speeds running it through benchmark tools. It looks really good. And then elsewhere as well, if you run it through more benchmarking tools like your PC Mark and 3D Mark, I think they score really well for what they are. It scores just above office laptops, and I think this is more of a work office type of laptop. So it scores comfortably well above what this is actually meant to be. This is not a gaming laptop, but I did run CSGO and it works really well. No problems there at all. Wi-Fi connectivity is really strong as well. When it comes to editing stuff, I ran it through Adobe Premiere, and again, editing 4K videos that's come off a Sony a7S III. It runs that comfortably well in terms of scrubbing the files, messing with the audio and stuff like that. There's no problems there at all. In terms of sound quality, you can get a sample here. I think it sounds okay. It's lacking in that bass. It sounds very tiny, teeny tiny. Too much treble, but it's okay for when you really need to. Otherwise, there's a headphone jack where you can plug in your own headphones, or you can connect via Bluetooth and do that. You can connect your controller as well for gaming, while I'm thinking about Bluetooth there. And when it comes to the fan noise, I think it does okay as well. It's not too loud after things like doing all the benchmarks that I've done, gaming on it, editing videos. I think the fan noise is actually quite subtle, considering what I'm actually doing with it. So that's really good to know. And you can even hear the fan noise here, like an example. So you can hear what that sounds like there. And in terms of the heat as well, it doesn't get too hot. I think it's pretty much average for what it is. It doesn't get too hot under pressure. So I think considering all those things, I think this is an all-rounder in terms of what you can get, like in terms of premium design, portability. It's got a large display, good visuals on there, and performance-wise, I think it does really well as well. I think all in all, this is a great laptop, and it's actually something that I would recommend for students. People need to do their office work. If you're a business person, you might want to use this for your entrepreneurial work. If you're a gamer, I'd say yes, you can game on it, but I wouldn't call this a gamer's laptop. It's got Intel Xe graphics. There's no dedicated discrete GPU. So I would say this is more of an all-rounder, and for £1,000 for the high-end version, I think you're in for a treat. I think it's actually a good buy. Let's not forget the battery life as well. When it comes to the battery life, I think it does really well. It will last you a working hour period. So if you're in a 9 to 5, 8 hours, easily you get out of this before you need to charge it again. And because you get that 65 watt fast charge, you'll be able to charge it up very quickly again, and off you go again. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this something that you'd get for that price point based on what I've said so far? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there as well. Do my best to answer those questions. And in the meantime, as always, if this is your first time around here, please do subscribe. Smash the bell notification as well, because then you get notified every time I upload a new video like this up on the channel. And like and share if you find it useful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.